Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David and this is a Magic Review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being here. You've joined me once again. When you could be doing anything else with your time, you are choosing to watch a Magic Review on YouTube by me. Thanks so much. If you don't know, I'm a teacher and I'm a magician and I'm also a content creator here on YouTube, and I'm lucky enough to receive magic tricks and playing cards on a daily basis so that I could do reviews for you and just let you know exactly what your money gets you. I remember back in the olden days, we had magic catalogs, or you'd buy stuff off the internet and you had no idea what would show up. I want you to know what's going to show up. I want you to know what your money gets you. Today we're going to look at Switch Cup from Magic Dream Paris. What is Switch Cup? Well, Switch Cup is a switching cup, really. It's more like a little bowl, actually, less than a cup. So if you've ever been to like an Asian restaurant, they have those little white like dipping sauce bowls with a little red decor, that little decoration that's at the bottom. That's what this looks like, okay? And really what's happening is you're taking a folded up object like a card or a billet or a dollar bill, placing it in the switch cup, and then as you move it from one side of the table to the other, or as you have it in your hand and you set it down to the table, the object then switches. It either then switches in that moment and the spectator can see the switch, they're like, whoa, it just changed, or they're directed, their attention is directed back to it later, and then they notice that it's been switched. And this is brought to you again, like I said, Magic Dream Paris, Jérôme Sauloup. What your $45 gets you, little box. You're gonna get the device, right? You get the bowl, and then the gimmick that allows you to make the switch happen, but it's all self-contained. And then depending on your language, you can have a French tutorial or an English tutorial. The tutorial is about an hour long. Is it what I thought? Kinda, because I've seen a couple of these before. You know, where you have a folded card and it changes from one thing to the next. There was some signs. He tipped off some things in the trailer, and I kind of could tell when the change was happening and kind of had an idea about how it was done. And I was mostly right, maybe 90% right. It is well made. It's going to look and feel exactly like it should. Inspectable before the change happens. Okay, it's inspectable before the change happens, not after. So if you wanted to have the bowl inspected beforehand, you could. Otherwise, it just looks like an ordinary bowl. For the most part, after the change happens, you could hand the bowl up like this, or just tell the spectator to remove the item, and they could remove it on their own too. And that might make it feel like they inspected it too. Maybe they wouldn't think that there was anything going on with the bowl. As far as the overall quality and production value of the video, it's not like other Magic Dream Paris tutorials. They're in a Magic Dream studio. There's two instructors. One, Jérôme speaks French, and that's really his language. And then you got the other instructor who kind of turns everything into English for you. As far as what they go through, you get an intro. They talk about what you get, how it works, how you would show the switch to an audience member, and then they walk you through just a basic switch of a bill, right? So that they say this is a folded bill and you can just change it from one denomination to the next. And then they're gonna give you 3 different variations on that switch, whether it's just laying it down to the table, palming, or maybe using a drinking glass as part of the process, or dumping it out to the table. There's a cupped hands method where you use your hands cupped. There's another method where you use a card box, and the switch happens as you lay the card box down on top of it, and there's another switch that happens as you pick everything up. The routines then start at about the 20-minute mark. There is a serial number reveal with a dollar bill, and that requires a Frixion pen. And there's another serial number that they do where the revelation is done with playing cards. There's a signed folded card under glass trick that they do. So it's an impossible location, and you'd need to do an Erdnase fold with that one. There's a tearing up newspaper or a tearing up magazine page also, where the spectator tears up a sheet of newspaper. They select one piece behind their back and it matches your prediction. And then they talk about using the object to switch objects out for multiple spectators. Like if you're going to do an adding trick. So every spectator writes something down on the paper, a different number, then that total is added up and it matches your prediction. They do another one with a puzzle piece. So one puzzle piece is missing from a puzzle, and the switch cup helps you find the one missing puzzle piece. And they talk about using it for bar bets as humor, or maybe even switching out billets. There's just so many other ideas. And of course, you could even use this for the free will plot, right? That's another idea. They said you can use it for the free will plot, because you could use it as, oftentimes when you do the free will plot, there's either one out or the other out, right? And the switch cup could help you bring your second out if you needed it. Pocket space, it is a little bowl, right? And so I don't know that this is an object that lends itself to walk around, right? Because it'd be weird if you brought a bowl out. But if you were working restaurant magic, right? Or parlor, then absolutely. Parlor, we always have these little objects out on our table. But if you were doing restaurant magic, I suppose you could say, hey, I stole this from the last restaurant I worked at, right? So, because that'd be funny. As far as the sleights and difficulty level along with this, there's some palming, definitely. You got to be comfortable with palms and loads, misdirection. The cup itself is not self-working. You bring something to the table as the magician. But as far as setup and reset goes, it's seconds. Like I said, the object can be inspected to begin with. So it starts off as a normal bowl, right? And then whatever object is being placed in there, that's being done in the moment. So there's not really any set up beforehand. It's just to clean up at the end, and it takes seconds. Positives, I mean, it's a really great little trick. And when you think about it, this is the object that does so many of those famous tricks, especially the signed folded card effect. You know, when you have a folded card sitting on the table the entire time, and then you do a card trick where a card is signed and lost, maybe it's part of your ambitious trick, and then you go back and you point, well, this card's been sitting on the table the entire time, and then when you lift it and unfold it, it's their signed card. That's card to box, right? That's card to impossible location. This switch box enables you to do that. Plus, it's not just limited to that. So you could switch out multiple things like dollar bills for cereals, and then like numbers for mentalism. So the ideas that you could come up with this are, fantastic. Negatives, I mean, the negatives are, it's kind of locked into its look, right? It looks like a little bowl from China or Japan, right? It looks like a little Oriental bowl. So I don't know, maybe that isn't really your character, so it doesn't really fit your persona. The other negative is there's a tiny little sound when the change happens. Now, that sound could easily be disguised when you move the bowl, right? So if you're moving the bowl from one side of the table to the other, that sound would disappear. Or if you were setting the bowl from your hand to the table, of course, as you make those motions, the sound could vanish. But I'm letting you know that there is a sound. But that's everything I can say about Switch Cup. Like I said, this was from Magic Dream Paris. And I hope that I've answered some questions for you, or maybe introduced you to something you don't even know anything about. And if that's the case, do me a favor, hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, hit those buttons, mash them. That really helps me out a lot, because it encourages me, right? It encourages me to keep going, and it tells me that you're out there, that you're still watching, that what I'm doing is still relevant, and it's still helpful to you. And if you want to purchase your own, I know you can find them at your favorite Murphy's Magic dealer. You can also find them at Magic Dream Paris. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, do you want some more information about the t-shirt I was wearing in today's video? Sure. If you scroll down, there's a row of graphics that look like t-shirts, and you can click any one of those, and that'll take you to my Teespring store. There, you'll see that I have a variety of different designs. There's more than one, so it's not just the shirt I was wearing today. And they're also at a large variety of price points, so there's something for everybody. Plus, if you click on a design that you like or that you're interested in, you'll also notice that you can select that shirt in different colors. So you're not locked into the color that you see in the graphic. And that means, of course, you can buy the same design in several colors. Now, I don't ask that you buy a shirt. You don't have to. That is not how I ask that you support me. But if you do buy a shirt, I want to thank you so much for supporting my channel, for believing in me. You guys are awesome. My fans are great. And I love it when you guys send pictures or you tag me on Instagram and you say, I bought a Magic Orthodoxy shirt. you have no idea how great that makes me feel, and just what a lift that is in my day. You guys are awesome. I'll see you next time. Bye.